Hey everyone, I hope you're fine. So you probably have an extraordinary product which is sitting there in a cooking pot in the kitchen or in your laboratory, and now you're wondering, what type of packaging should I use? Well, let's talk about that in today's video. When it comes to packaging, well, it all depends on you. What is your positioning? What is your branding, Are you more into nature/organic, recycling, or luxury? Depending on your positioning, you're going to choose the type of packaging that you want to be associated with your brand, right? Before starting, I want to remind you guys that you have to check if your ingredients don't negatively interact with your packaging, and in Europe they're pretty strict with that, With that being said, also don't forget, if you're into organic and all those things, you have to check that the packaging that you're buying doesn't contain like phthalate, bisphenol A, and things like that. If you're not using those kind of things in your products, you don't want to have that in your ingredients, in your packaging, right? Okay, now what kind of packaging do you have? You have glass, you have metal, you have plastic, okay? And plastic, now you also have recycling plastic as well, okay? So I guess that luxury is more associated with glass most of the times. Depending as well on the type of products that you have, you might want to use a color that is going to be dark. Let's say, for instance, if you have a light-sensitive product, light-sensitive ingredients in your product, you might want to use darker color as well. In Europe, they're also going to check the water evaporation, like whether your packaging, how much water does your packaging let to evaporate, You might also want to check the temperature. I don't know how you're cooking your products, but let's say, for instance, you have to put the products in the packaging when it's still a little bit hot. Well, you have to be careful and make sure that you're using a packaging that is not going to melt once you put your products, right? And last thing is the label. Make sure that you're writing all the list of ingredients on the labels. There are some people who don't, so I'm just here to remind you that you have to do that. Well, that's all today in today's video about packaging. I wish you all loads of success in your journey. And don't forget, think like a boss and be your own boss. Mwah.